Do you have any advice for how to read between the lines or know what people think you're implying? You either don't realize what other people mean or they think you're saying something that you're not saying. This is a very common experience in corporate America, especially if you're neurodivergent. You may not be neurodivergent and you could just be in a different culture. I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt and I research the unwritten rules of work in social class cultures. Corporate America operates an upper middle class white neurotypical culture. It's very indirect. It's such an issue that when I pre-released a chapter of my book, pre-released the one on indirect communication because it is an unwritten rule as you move up. In every chapter, I talk about the issue, my research, other research, case studies of how this is played out in business, and I end with recommendations for people leaders, HR, and staff, so across the level, improving communication and problem solving. One of the simplest is to paraphrase what they said to you, and if you're in an especially toxic work environment or you're brand new and you're worried, to follow up over email afterwards and be like, hey, just so you know, based on our conversation, this is my plan moving forward on how to complete this. Let me know if you see anything, if you have any feedback, or if there's anything you want to flag. The reason being that part of, not always, but part of indirect communication is incentivized by being vague enough to have plausible deniability. If you're in a toxic work environment, the vagueness could be to set you up to fail. And that's where the follow-up over email, if this is my plan, please flag if there's anything you want me to know, helps protect you. But I recommend doing this as this is what I'm going to do instead of tell me what to do, because also upper middle class white values are autonomy. And your manager is going to be annoyed if they feel like they have to tell you every single thing. They value it. One of the unwritten rules is individualism. They want to see you take initiative and do it. Talk about how that can be an issue as well, because anywhere in an organization that has a bunch of individuals acting as individuals and not a team is going to have issues and silos and waste, which is why I have recommendations for leaders and for staff. As staff, this is what you can do right now, and as people with power, this is how you can improve so your organization has better results. For a deeper dive, depending on where you are in your career, I also, in my coaching program, in the part that focuses on building influence but not being manipulative, I do have a worksheet where we work on reading the room and picking up on cues to figure out what people are actually motivated by. Because there's what they will tell you is the socially accepted or corporate scripted answer that they care about. But when you know what people actually care about, then you know how to communicate with them in a way that gets results. And you can do that without being lying or being manipulative, which is how a lot of people who are first-generation professionals and or neurodivergent feel when they hear you have to tailor communication to each person. That's not inherently dishonest or manipulative. So that's something I focus on in my second coaching module, Building Influence Without Manipulation, in that I have a worksheet that focuses on that specifically. My coaching program is ideal for people who are moving into leadership positions or want to, and that's foundational. So there's a link in my bio to book a 20-minute consult if this resonates with you and you're not sure which program to work with moving forward. But know that this is a very common issue. You are not alone. And for people leaders, this is the business cost of written rules. This is what happens, is the confusion, even among people who really desire to do a good job and might really enjoy the work that they do.